Tuesday, Musings of a Joe Schmo. Congress is trying to get basically the news removed off of social media, and the left cannot let go of January 6th. They're actually handing out awards for it now, and Zelensky's trying to get us into World War III again. You know the deal? You want to hit? There you go. Savages, Tuesday morning, Musings of a Joe Schmo here. We're going to start off talking about Congress and the stupid shit they're up to, alright? So, Meta has come out and threatened to remove all news from its sites if this new Congress-led media bill is passed, which basically gives these failing entities, CNN, MSNBC, and so on, the ability to collectively bargain with social media companies for them to get compensated for their bullshit opinions appearing on these massive platforms, right? Basically, social media companies as a whole have been doing the legacy media a favor by letting them be platformed because, we all know that cable news, the newspapers, whatnot, all this shit is failing. All these so-called major news outlets are in the process of cutting entire departments and firing hundreds to thousands of people. It's a failing model, and basically Congress is either, one, trying to make it to where you can't see information up to the minute on social media. They know that these companies aren't going to do this shit. Or two, they're delusional, and they think that they can basically make it to where social media companies are keeping these bullshit opinion outlets alive. Either way, it's a sham. Nothing's too big to fail. Let these fucking failing joints fall down in the dust and, see what rises out of the ashes. Hopefully a newer, more robust, balanced news, aggregate, basically. This opinion news shit has caused so many problems socially that it's time to just let the shit go and let it die. Let it die. Let it get the death it deserves. All right. So next thing, Congress now, especially you got a big part of the current Congress that are going to be taking their last hurrah soon as the new Congress comes in. Well, they've decided that they're going to award Capitol Police the Congressional Medal. All right, this is the highest medal that Congress can bestow on non-military. Absolute joke right here, right? These guys are fucking failures, man. Okay, you can see the films of these dudes stepping aside and letting people into the Capitol January 6th. You can also, obviously tell that they really didn't stop shit, as the videos show you that, those fucking retards that went up there to riot for a politician. They really weren't stopped. They traipsed through the entire joint, tracked mud through the place, broke windows, broke doors. But they're saying that they're awarding these medals not only for the defense of the Capitol, but for fighting basically a bloody battle. And hilarity, right? Because the only person that actually truly got hurt on that day was one of the protesters. I know that the left loves to throw in, well, cops died. The only police that died days later in a hospital for unrelated shit, mainly a stroke. You know what I'm saying? This is a fucking joke. And then to award these dudes medals? You look at the January 6 hearings afterwards, and these are the same dudes that are on the stand crying like fucking bitches. Because somebody yelled at them, somebody tracked mud in a joint, right? Somebody broke a fucking door, their heart broke, and fucking now they all got PTSD, and they need goddamn medals. What a fucking joke. This is just one more of the left's desperation grasp to keep January 6 alive, man. You know what I'm saying? Here we are a month away from it being 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And not only are they still crying about the shit, but they're trying to make heroes of fucking gutless motherfucking cowards, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's raw dog, but I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know a single, or have known a single fucking person that hides behind a badge that deserves a medal. You know what I'm saying? The vast majority of the time, we feared for our lives fucking cowards. You know what I'm saying? But they've helped propagate the left's fucking story, so they gotta award them somehow, right? Because they sure as fuck ain't gonna pay nobody. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll move on to the last subject here. So now you got old Zelensky, man, right? Not only does this dude's steady hands look like cups, and he continuously begs the world to fucking off itself by starting World War III with the most nuclear-armed country on the planet, okay? But now he's taking some of our fucking Salvation Army drones and flying them into Russia to attack air bases. You're not poking the bear at all, are you, son? And, regardless of how it happens, but, you say one of these drones flies in and hits a plane that's armed with, nuclear capabilities, guess what? You just you just set off a nuclear attack on Russia, on the motherland, and they are going to have every excuse, and I'm sure that it will be permitted by the vast majority of the planet that's not in ties with America. In other words, BRICS nations. And they're gonna let it slide. They're gonna say it's completely excusable because regardless if you set off theirs or send one over, it's gonna be considered a nuclear attack. Really, especially if the numbers that are killed are high. I mean, you're just asking for Ukraine to be wiped off the motherfucking map, man. I mean, that's real deal. And, then they took a poll here that, the vast majority of Americans are sick of paying for this shit, right? And they're going to term it as over half of Americans think that, Zelensky, Ukraine should push for peace, the U.S. should push for peace. Well, I hate to tell you this, but it's the U.S.'s fault that they're not at peace, all right? Number one, with the, we're going to bring them into the UN bullshit. Right? And then two, a lot of people don't know is that Zelensky already had papers drawn up to surrender here. I mean, he was, the dude knew what time it was. He couldn't take on Russia, especially by himself, right? Well, the U.S. is the one that pressed him, don't negotiate. No negotiations, no peace, man. I mean, I'd have to fucking look for it, but I believe that even Biden stood up on stage, during a Q&A and said, no negotiations. But, you guys tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Come over to Alt Tech. Fuck these overlords. Smell you later.